Hey everybody, welcome back to Brainiac Baseball's 1980 Detroit Tigers season replay. Today's game is a matchup between the Detroit Tigers and the Cleveland Indians at Cleveland Stadium. On the mound for the away team is Milt Wilcox, whose record is 5-2 with a 3.98 ERA. And for the Cleveland Indians on the mound is John Denny, whose record is 3-10 with a 6.52 ERA. And so yesterday we've won our second game in a row, the first two games of the three-game series against the Cleveland Indians. Yesterday's game, it was a pretty crazy game. We had a four-hit game from Tom Brookins, our number 9 hitter, who has really been struggling all year. He also had a home run mixed in there. And then also Barry Bonnell had an inside the park home run. So, a couple strange plays from players you would not expect. And then Jack Morris pitched 8 innings and had 10 strikeouts. So, all in all, a great day for us yesterday. And today, the final game of June. Also, it's game 81, so we're at the halfway point for this game. So we need to win today to get a winning record, and fortunately, we have Milt Wilcox back. Today will be the first start for Wilcox since his injury in May, and Dan Schatzeder had been the one that had been filling in for him primarily. Bob Stanley, who's now in the minors, he had a couple starts in there as well, but he didn't fare so well. Schatzy got the job done, and now we've got Wilcox back. So, having said that, all of our bullpen is ready. So, if we need them, they are ready to go. And here's our lineup for John Denny, who's a righty. This is our standard lineup versus righties. Carlton Fisk is back in there today. He did play in yesterday's game at catcher, where he did hit his 10th home run in the season. So maybe he's turned the corner as well. So as always, we're going to go ahead and do the lineup rundown. And over here on the right side, you'll see the 1980 Topps baseball card to represent the player in the lineup. Batting first and playing second base today is Sweet Lou Whitaker. Batting second and at third base, Richie Hebner. Batting third and in left field is Steve Kemp. Batting cleanup and catching today is Lance Parrish. Batting fifth and in right field is Gary Hancock. Batting sixth and at first base is Jason Thompson. Batting seventh and playing center field is Barry Bonnell. Batting eighth and at DH today is Carlton Fisk. And batting ninth and on a 15-game hitting streak is Alan Trammell. And on the mound for Cleveland is John Denny. This is his 19th start, 3-10 with a 6.52 ERA. He's walked more people than he struck out, which was the trend that started the previous season. And opponent's batting average is .321. He has 2 complete games, including 1 shutout. And let's see how we can do against John Denny today. Leading off is Sweet Lou Whitaker. Whitaker grounds it back to second base, and that will be the first out of the inning. So 1 down for Richie Hebner. He had the day off yesterday. And Hebner grounds it to short. That's 2 down. So next up is Steve Kemp, who gets a base hit through the right side. So there goes the no-hitter. Runner at first. And cleanup man Lance Parrish comes to the plate. And he gets a base hit past the shortstop Tom Verizor. Kemp holds at second. So we have first and second, 2 outs for Gary Hancock. Gary Hancock had the day off yesterday against the lefty. We had a newly acquired Bob Baylor in there. And Gary Hancock gets a base hit up the middle. Kemp does score from second base. Parrish holds at second, and we have a bit of a 2-out rally going. Runners at first and second for JT, Jason Thompson. Thompson walks. And now the bases are loaded for Barry Bonnell, who had that inside the park home run yesterday. And Bonnell takes a third strike right down the middle. So we do get a run on the board. We're heading 1-0 heading into the bottom of the first inning. Let's do the lineup rundown for the Cleveland Indians. Batting first and playing second base is rookie Kevin Romberg. Batting second and in right field is newly acquired Gary Matthews. Batting third, playing left field, is Mike Hargrove. Batting cleanup and at first base is Andre Thornton. Batting fifth and DHing is Carl Pagel. Batting sixth and catching today is Ron Hasse. Batting seventh and at third base is Mike Champion. Batting eighth and getting a spot start today in center field is Dave Rosello. As the game takes a moment to think about it. There we go, Dave Rosello. This is only his second game of the year. And batting ninth and playing shortstop is Tom Verizor. On the mound for the Tigers, Milt Wilcox, making his 12th start. His record is 5-2 with a 3.98 ERA, 275 opponent's batting average, and looking to just maybe get through 6 innings today. We'll get the bullpen in there. Play it by ear, I suppose. So Kevin Romberg leads off the game. He pops up to the first base side in foul grounds, and Thompson has it for the first out. So 1 down for Sarge, Gary Matthews. Matthews gets a base hit past Lou Whitaker at second base. And that's going to be a runner in first. 1 down for Mike Hargrove. Hargrove grounds it to Trammell at short. Would that be 2? Nope. Matthews beats the throw to the second base, but they get the runner at first. And so 2 down for Andre Thornton. And Thornton goes down and gets one, shoots it to right field. And Gary Hancock has it. And that's going to be the third out of the inning. So we head to the top of the second. We have the lead 1-0. And Carlton Fisk leads off the second inning. Fisk leads off by walking. So runner at first base. Here's a number 9 hitter, Trammell. 15-game hitting streak on the line today. And there you go, base hit to right field. That streak extended to 16 games. We're going to try to get Fisk to third, 80% chance. Matthews has a below average arm. Fisk is safe at third. So first and third for Sweet Lou Whitaker. Whitaker's 0 for 4 this year against John Denny. And Whitaker's going to shoot it to left field. The ball gets down off the fence. Runner scores from second. And that's going to be first and third. Nobody out. And Richie Hebner at the plate. Scores 2-0. And Hebner strikes out for the first out of the inning. So 1 down for Steve Kemp. He had the first hit of the game. He walks in this at bat. And so bases loaded for Lance Parrish. Still hasn't had a home run in quite a while. A grand slam would be nice. Instead, he grounds it to short, and that'll be a double play to end the inning. So we tack another run on the board. We're up 2-0 here in the bottom of the second. And lefty Carl Pagel leads off the inning, batting .303 versus righties. And Pagel gets a base hit back up the middle. So that's the second hit of the game for the Indians. Nobody down for Ron Hasse. Hasse grounds it to Trammell. Will that be two? It is a double play. And that's going to bring up Mike Champion with 2 outs. Nobody on. And Champion's going to get a base hit to left field. And so a runner at first. 2 down for Dave Rosello. As I mentioned, getting his second opportunity of the year. Out in center field today. He's going to pop it up. And it's caught by Lou Whitaker. So we head to the top of the third. Score is 2-0. Gary Hancock leading off the third inning. He's going to get a base hit to right field. And they want to know if I want to go for 3. We may as well, right? Looks like he's getting ready to round second base. 90% chance. He is safe at third. So a triple for Gary Hancock. He's 2 for 2 since having the day off yesterday. So runner at third. JT's up. And JT walks. So first and third. Still nobody out. We're going to hit and run with Barry Bonnell. Try to stay out of the double play with Thompson. Bonnell grounds it to second base, and the run does score. Thompson advances to second. And the score is 3-0. So Fisk up to the plate. And on a 1-0 count, there's a pass ball. Thompson goes to third. So now the runner's at third base for Carlton Fisk. And Fisk is going to pop it up on the infield. And that is the second out of the inning. So 2 down for Alan Trammell. Has a 16-game hitting streak. He grounds it to third. And that is the third out of the inning. So we've put a run on the board each of the first 3 innings. And now the number 9 hitter, Tom Verizor, leads off the bottom of the 9th. And Verizor grounds it to Whitaker at second base. And that is the first out of the inning. Back to the top of the lineup for Romberg. Romberg's batting .132 overall. Not making much use of his everyday full-time status now, as Romberg flies out to deep center field. So 2 outs for Gary Matthews, and Matthews walks. So that's the first walk of the game for Wilcox. And a lefty, Mike Hargrove, comes up with 2 outs, and Hargrove's going to get a base hit into right center field. Matthews stops at second base. And runners at first and second for Andre Thornton. 1 swing of the bat, and this game could be tied. Thornton's going to line it to left field. It's going to get down. Only 1 run's going to score as Kemp holds Hargrove at third. And the Indians are on the board, so 3-1. Lefty Carl Pagel comes to the plate, batting .307 versus righties. And he hits it right into the dirt. And it looks like Parrish has it and goes to first for the third out. So we head to the top of the fourth. Score is 3-1. And leadoff man Lou Whitaker will lead off the inning. Whitaker grounds it to short. That's the first out. Bringing up Richie Hebner. Hebner pops it up just over the pitcher's mound to the second baseman. And Romberg has it for the second out. So 2 down for Steve Kemp. And Kemp goes down swinging. So a 1-2-3 inning for John Denny. And we head to the bottom of the fourth. Wilcox is at 47 pitches. Ron Hasse leads off. the bottom of the fourth by popping up to shortstop. Trammell has it, and that's the first out of the inning. So one down for Mike Champion, who had a base hit his first time through the order. Champion pops it up to Trammell as well. So 2 outs for Dave Rosello. And he pops it up on the infield. This will be in foul ground, caught by Parrish. And a 1-2-3 inning for Milt Wilcox. And to the top of the 5th, Lance Parrish leads it off. Parrish hits a lazy fly ball to right field. And it's caught by Gary Matthews. 1 down. Gary Hancock comes to the plate. He's 2 for 2 today. Grounds it to first. And that's 2 outs. So it's 5 in a row for John Denny. And JT grounds it back to the second baseman Romberg. And then another 1-2-3 inning for Denny. So to the bottom of the 5th, Milt Wilcox is going to face 3 righties, sitting at 57 pitches. So he's looking pretty good overall. Number 9 hitter Verizor leads off by popping it up to first base. And that's 1 out. So 1 down for Kevin Romberg. Romberg gets a base hit to center field. And runner at first now for Gary Matthews. Matthews is 1 for 1 against Wilcox with a walk today. And he walks again. So, first and second, 1 out. We have some lefties coming up now. We're going to try to get a double play here. Get out of this inning. Hargrove grounds it to Whitaker. Could that be 2? It is. So we kill that rally. And we're going to switch our stats over to the in-game stats so you can see what everyone's doing so far. And we go to the top of the 6th with Barry Bonnell leading off, 1 for 8 against Denny this season. Bonnell grounds it to second base, and that's 1 down. So 1 down for number 8 hitter. Carlton Fisk on a 3-1 count lines it to center field, and Rosello has it for the second out. You can see here that Rosello's only a 63 in center field, so he's not a typical center fielder. As Trammell comes to the plate, 1 for 2 today, grounds it right back to Denny. And that's the 3rd inning in a row that the Tigers have been set down 1-2-3. And now we're going to play it by ear with Wilcox as we head into the 6th. We have Andre Thornton leading off and then 2 lefties. And Wilcox walks Thornton, so that's going to be it. We don't need to risk it. We're going to bring in Pat Underwood to at least get these next 2 lefties. Pegel's batting only 134 versus lefties, so this is the natural decision for me to bring him in. And he strikes out looking for 1 out. On the other hand, Hassey's batting 293, so a little bit more of a threat in this situation. He goes down and gets 1 low in the strike zone, pops it up in foul ground. And that's 2 outs. So we're going to let Underwood pitch to Champion. Champion in limited action is batting 192 versus lefties. And he's going to ground it right back to Underwood. And Underwood goes to first for the 3rd out. So a good job by Underwood, preserving the potential win for Wilcox in his return from the IL. And we go to the top of the 7th. Whitaker leading off the inning. And he hits it straight up over the plate. And the catcher Hassey has it for the first out. So 1 down. That's 10 in a row for Denny. Over 100 pitches now. And there we go. Hebner lines it to left field. Off the wall, Hebner coasts into second base. And runner at second for Steve Kemp. That's the first hit since the 3rd inning. And Kemp's going to strike out, swinging. So that's 2 down for Parrish. Looking for an RBI in this situation. It's going to hit a blooper over second base, but it's going to be caught by the right fielder. And the Indians get out of the inning. So we head to the bottom of the 7th. And we have a bunch of righties coming up. So we're taking out Underwood. We're going to bring in Tobic. No, I'm sorry. We're going to bring in Roger Weaver. So Weaver enters the game. We pull up his stats real quick. Take a look at him. 3-0 on the year with a 3.28 ERA. He's got 19 walks in 35 innings against only 11 Ks. But hitters only batting .216 against him. So I like my chances with the bottom of the lineup here as Dave Rosello leads off the inning. Rosello grounds it back to Trammell, who had 2 errors in yesterday's game. I'm sorry, that was actually Whitaker that had 2 errors in yesterday's game. My bad, because Trammell was actually at first base. So that's the first out of the inning, bringing up Tom Verizor. Verizor pops it up. A lot of pop-ups on the infield for the Indians. That's 2 outs. And back to the top of the lineup with Kevin Romberg. Got a hit in his last at-bat. Here he grounds it to second. And a 1-2-3 inning for Weaver, so good job by him. And we head to the top of the 8th. So Gary Hancock's going to lead off the inning. And Hancock pops it up. So that's the first out of the inning. 1 down. John Denny's got 110 pitches right now. JT comes to plate. He hits it right into the left center field gap, but it's going to be caught right at the wall for the second out. So 2 down. Here's Barry Bunnell. Bunnell hits it on the line to right field, gets down, gets all the way to the wall. Bunnell's coasts into second base. And that is the 8th hit against Denny today. So 2 outs for Carlton Fisk. And Fisk gets a base hit through the middle of the infield. Bunnell scores. We get ourselves an insurance run with the score being 4-1 now. And Fisk at first base for Trammell. Denny is officially tired as Trammell hits it off the wall and left field. Oh, nope, it's going to be caught. My bad. So that's the 3rd out of the inning. Sure did look like he got a hit off the wall. We're going to take out Hebner at 3rd for defensive replacement Tommy Brookins. And we're going to put Bob Baylor in there in right field for Gary Hancock. So some defensive adjustments. And now we're going to bring in Dave Tobic. Here's Tobic's numbers so far this year. 4-1 in relief. 3.12 ERA. Opponents are batting .248 against him. 1 save and 3 opportunities. And we're going to ask him to get 2 of the next 3 batters. As Gary Matthews gets a base hit to left field. And that's a double for Matthews. So not a good start to the inning for Tobic. As Mike Hargrove comes to the plate. Nobody out. And Tobic walks Hargrove, who's got a good eye. And now it's first and second. Nobody out. This will be the last batter for Tobic. And Thornton's going to ground it to first. Will that be 2? Nope. They get the runner at second base. Thornton is safe at first. First and third. 1 out. And that's going to do it for Tobic. Not a good performance overall. But that'll bring in George Capizzello. We're mixing and matching at this point. This is the 18th game for Cappy. 1.74 ERA. A good walk to strikeout ratio. Opponents are batting .241 against them. So Capizzello has been lights out since this call-up. That run at third doesn't mean anything. He gets Pagel to strike out, so that's the second out. And it's going to be up to Ron Hassey. if the Indians want to make a game of it. Hasse lines it to right field. Baylor has it, and we get out of the inning. So the score's 4-1 here in the top of the ninth. They bring in the closer, Mike Stanton. There's Stanton's stats for you. He has been excellent. 21 games, 1.77 ERA. Opponents batting under 200, and 4 out of 5 in save opportunities. So pretty good half season for Mike Stanton as Lou Whitaker leads off. And Whitaker lines it to second baseman Romberg for the first out. One down. Here's Tom Brookins getting a plate appearance as he came in for defensive purposes in the 8th inning. He grounds out to third. So 2 down for Steve Kemp. Kemp pulls it and hits a line drive to center field. And that's going to be a base hit for Kemp, 2 for 4 today. Bringing up Lance Parrish. Pass ball by catcher Ron Hasse as Kemp advances to second. So 2 outs, and it's a 1-2 count, and Parrish strikes out. So that'll be the end of the top of the ninth. We're going to bring in Senor Smoke, opportunity to get his 19th save on the year, and to give us a winning month of June. Mike Champion pops it up into foul ground, and Brookins has it for the first out. So 1 down for Dave Rosello. 2 outs away from sweeping the series. Rosello pops it up in foul ground on the right side. JT has it. Oh, JT drops it. So it must have been in fair territory. Didn't look like it. But there's still life in the Indians, as the error was actually made by Parrish. So 1 down for Tom Verizor. Verizor grounds it to Whitaker. 2 to end the game? It is. So a double play. Tigers sweep the series as we win the third and final game, 4-1. No trade offers. We'll take a look at the transactions quickly. And the Cardinals give Mark Littell a 5-year extension. And that is the only transaction of note. Let's pull up the box score, and then we'll see who the Detroit player of the game is. And while this is loading, let's take one quick look back here. So we finish, we're 1 game back in 3rd place behind Baltimore and the Yankees. And we did finish the month at 14-13. So here's the box score once again. And my next game will probably be on Saturday. Take a look at the box score here. Milt Wilcox gets a win, 6-2. Aurelio Lopez gets his 19th save. The player of the game, this is a tough call. I guess I have to give it to Gary Hancock. Although Wilcox deserves some consideration. But I think we're going to go ahead and give it to Gary Hancock, going 2 for 4. And that is it. As we're done with Cleveland Stadium, our next series will be against the Texas Rangers. We have not seen them this year, so I'll be curious to see what they have to offer. And until tomorrow, everyone, have a great night.